Monday night, less red today. This one is steel gray. This is Marvin's car. He has since redone the interior. It was M1SW that was pretty, that's full luxury, or full leather, luxury rather. It was a little tired, just a little dry, a little faded. It's all original, 104,000 miles on 02. So he found a guy in LA somewhere that does interiors. And take a gander. The front camera with, 11:30 p.m. darkness is not really going to do any good, but it is phenomenal. Look at this. Wow. I have never seen seats clean up like this before. The leather is just fantastic. They did the center console. I think they did the door cards, everything but the hood, the dashboard, because we still see some of the unfortunate cracking there along the seams. That just happens with these full leather cars. So it's back for the valve cover. We talked about that. We've taken care of that. That's right now. Thing number two, we wanted the passenger side mirror actuator replaced. The mirror was not moving vertically, so I did that today. That's in there, that works. Thing number three, the navigation computer keeps continually ejecting its CD or DVD. It's a Mark III, it's the original one. I noticed this when we had the car. Every time I went to open the trunk, it would spit the disc out, and then it would take 10 seconds and suck it back in and then spit it out again. So perpetual spitter is the problem. Nobody wants that. So we've ordered another Mark III navigation computer. Actually, it's a Mark IV. I chose to upgrade. That's coming down from LA, from Daniel. Then we had the third issue was the FM radio didn't work, and I played with the antenna before. Today I took time to actually formally diagnose the issue. So I tried a different antenna. I tried a different antenna amplifier located in the C-pillar. We checked all the fuses, and then nothing was making a difference. So I pulled the BM53 tuner out of my car and put it in here, and it works. So he's got a bad BM53 tuner. I've never seen one of those fail in regards to FM radio working, but apparently that's the case. So we picked up one of those on eBay. We're going to put a blue bus in here for another BM53, and that should bring us back in business. The one thing I don't like, the black grills. It just looks dirty. To me, it looks really old. I'm not a fan of the black grills at all. It just looks cheap, aftermarket, budget, like eBay parts. Not my car. So it's back because the last issue he has with the car is some sort of a seat clunk, as he describes it. And he says it's as you take off from 0 up to speed in first gear, the seat clunk. So I've moved it around and I can tell something's not right. It's a little loose, there's some noise. I think somebody's repaired the seat twist, though not very well, or the motor has play or something weird that I haven't seen before. But it's not clunking. Maybe it's the way I have it adjusted. So we're doing a shakedown on this. I want this car out of here because I need the space. As much as I love having it in the shop and then driving it a little bit. But the biggest thing I don't like is the skateboard suspension. People love to put these lowered, tight suspensions on these cars that make it ride like this. You know, you're going down your neighborhood at like 22 miles an hour on this nice blacktop road, and it's just over every single little raised portion of asphalt in the road, and that drives me crazy. That's not what this car is for. This is a luxury car. This is a luxury car that's notably faster than that, and that's a sports car. Feels faster. It's probably not that much, but a little bit. So he didn't put it on there. He's happy with it. It's some sort of Bilstein coilover setup. If you put the car in a track, it's probably a little bit better. Definitely not for daily driving. It's very uncomfortable, and to me, it doesn't handle as well as the Sachs. I'm the only guy I know that likes the OEM suspension on the M5. I think it perfectly suits the car. It's fantastic in the corners. It's fantastic on the highway. It's fantastic in the neighborhood. It's compliant, and it's sporty at the same time. And it lasts a long time. It lasts 120,000 miles. Yeah, it's expensive to replace. Welcome to the world of an $80,000 car 20 years ago. Is what it is. Anyways, minus that, it's fantastic. Love the car. This color is awesome. The interior is amazing. Low miles. The Dynon exhaust does nothing for me. I think Dynon's pretty overrated personally. Hot take, maybe. But we're going to work on finishing that up tomorrow. In other news, for Saeed's 08 M5, we've got some front rotors that are going to go on maybe tomorrow. I'm waiting to hear from the customer to see if he wants to proceed with the struts or not. So we got the bearings, and he's E60 M5, that's the 08 Space Gray. We got the bearings changed out today on the Carrier. All that went pretty well. Now we're looking at the struts hanging there. The front left is an original Sachs. The front right is an aftermarket Bilstein. That's not good. And the Bilstein doesn't fit very well, just typical aftermarket quality. It doesn't fit, it doesn't work very well. And it's got EDC lights out the yin-yang since the Bilstein B6 doesn't have EDC. So now's the time to replace those because the struts are literally hanging in the wheel housing with nothing attaching them. You know, we've already dropped the spindle and all the control arms and everything out of that. But it's still $3,000 to go in there and replace the spring or the strut, the top mounts, the cage bearings, the pads, like everything but the spring itself. So I don't know if they're going to approve that or not. If they do, the car's stuck on the lift for probably another 10 days or 2 weeks while we wait for parts. If not, we'll slap those rotors on there tomorrow, get it back together. So that's where we are, just nuts as usual. I'm in 6 minutes, I'm exhausted, I'm going to bed. We'll talk on Tuesday. Good night.